Hello everyone. So in this video, I want to tell you guys what you should do the very first time you buy a soda machine, whether it's a Drinkmate or a
Sodastream.
Whether it's Drinkmate or Sodastream or any other brands, any of the soda machine you buy, the first thing you need to do is spend money to get a larger tank. The tank you see here is a 20-pound CO2 tank. This tank is gonna give you the maximum amount of money savings right off the bat, the first time you use it, okay? And it's extremely easy to use. So I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna set up this 20-pound tank with the soda machine. And your setup is pretty much gonna be the same the first time you buy the machine, okay? So usually when you buy any of those soda machines, it's gonna come with one of those teeny tiny 1-pound tank. So this little tank, this little tube of CO2 is about 1 pound, and they call it a 60-liter CO2 cartridge. So every time it runs out, you have to go out and get this cartridge replaced. It's not cheap. If you buy it directly from the manufacturer, it's usually around $25 for it to have those shipped to you, brand new. And if you do any of the exchange, once you had a few of those tubes, it's gonna be around $20 for 1 pound of CO2. And that is the reason why I tell you guys the first thing you need to do is invest just a little bit of the money to get a large 20-pound tank, because the initial cost, I'm gonna put the initial cost on the screen for you guys to see. It's gonna offset the money that you're gonna waste on those little tubes, okay? Now, the next of the video, I'm gonna show you guys how to quickly connect any of the tanks that you buy from your local welding gas supply stores. So usually you need to buy one of those 20-pound tanks on Amazon. I bought my brand new tank on Amazon. I took my brand new tank over to the welding store to get an exchange of another fully filled gas tank. The cost for a 20-pound locally here in Miami is about $30. Okay, so $30 plus the initial cost of the 20-pound tank, which is $150, gets you 20 pounds of solid CO2 liquid gas. Okay, and that's the exact same gas you're getting from this little can, which only holds 1 pound. Okay, all right. So to connect this, really super easy. First thing first, you need to make sure the connector is correct. So make sure you ask the gas supply store if this is a, I think they call it a CGA320 connector. This connector is used to connect to the Sodastream with this little kit, which I also bought from Amazon for about $30. Super simple. Okay, it's pretty much plug and play. I'm gonna show you next. Make sure your tank is fully closed. There's no pressure. One thing also, make sure there is a plastic spacer on the connector that you're buying, because this spacer makes sure gas doesn't escape when you fully close it. Okay, so it's like a pressure fitted spacer. Make sure it's in there. And I'm just gonna hand tighten it. Sorry. Until it doesn't turn anymore. And next, I'm just gonna use one of those bigger wrench, any of the adjustable wrench that can go large enough to fit the thing. And I'm just gonna turn it until it stops. And I'm not gonna apply any more pressure on after it stops. At this point, just little by little until it stops in place, okay? It's kind of hard to turn here. So it's actually pretty much already stopped here. It doesn't turn anymore, like so. So now you know this is properly seated. And at this point, you don't want to turn on the valve, okay? This is a very simple setup. So pretty much it's doing the same job as this little can directly connected to the machine, except now you have this little connection in here. And another important thing I'll show you guys is to release the gas once you finish using it. Now on the back of the machine, again, the connector is already pre-made to fit this little connection over here that goes into your soda machine. You just need to make sure it goes in properly. And again, on this part, make sure you just hand tighten it. This one you don't want to use the wrench. And guess what? Now the setup is actually pretty much complete. Ideally, you would want to modify the backing and have the wire hidden somewhere, goes back to the kitchen counter. And next step is very slowly just turn on the valve very slowly and just a little bit. And you test to see if there's any gas in here, okay? Right now, I'm pressing it with this in the release position, there is no gas, okay? So the line is discharged. Now I'm gonna open it slowly, okay? Slowly, you don't want to open it too quick because if it leaks, you'll be able to hear any kind of weird hissing noise and you'll want to close the valve again and try to tighten everything. You hear a very faint amount of sound of the gas going in. And you don't want to open it too much because right now it's already pretty open. So what you can test is, and again, if you know it's charged because the tube actually got much harder than before. So there's pressure in the tube for sure. Now you just want to test by pressing it really quick. Cat's scared. You know, there is already gas, it's connected, it's pretty much ready to go, okay? So that's how easy it is to actually just get the machine set up with a larger tank. Now, the small tank, my wife told me, lasts us 1 pound, lasts our family for about a month. A 20-pound can is gonna last you at least 20 months of use. That's more than a year and a half, okay? So you're not gonna have to worry about ever running out of your CO2 during a big party or anything like that. And just because it's a 20-pound tank, so you need to know the weight of the tank and then add that 20 pounds and you weigh the tank. We usually just use a scale and I'm just gonna do it for reference. And it's about 45.4 pounds, and that's the weight of the tank with the gas. So keep an eye on the weight. The weight drops more than 18, 19 pounds, you know it's about time to get a new can. And you also know when the pressure drops significantly and you don't make any more of the bubbles. Very easy, take your can over to your welding store. You can get a brand new can for $30. Super, super easy, okay? Now we're gonna test. So over here, I'm just gonna make a small can of carbonated drink and I'm gonna show you guys how to properly depressure the tube after you finish carbonating your drinks, okay? Because you want to keep the valve closed after you finish with carbonating. That way you ensure the gas doesn't leak anywhere in the line and you're gonna have the gas running for a long time, most efficient way, okay? So this is just cold water, and again, carbonation works best when the water is cold. So the colder, the better, okay? And again, I'm using a Drinkmate. There are plenty of other carbonating machines, Sodastream, another brand, whatever. They all work the same. The connector is all the same, okay? So all the same. Now releasing the gas. Good. And pretty much done. So once you finish, actually, when I hear the hiss, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and close the can if I'm not gonna make another one. I'm already gonna be closing the line just as a good habit, okay? So now the line's closed, there is still a lot of pressure in this tube. You'll want to depressure the tube. And I should have closed the line sooner because then I can use the remaining gas to like carbonate it a little more, even though it doesn't make any difference. But and another way, when you have everything out, just keep pressing until there is no pressure. on the tube and the tube gets soft, you know it's properly depressurized. It's safer this way, okay? Now the next thing will be put it back where it is and find a good way to hide your tank, and that's pretty much it. All those you can get on Amazon. I'll post the link on where you can get the tank, a brand new tank, so you can go and exchange, as well as the connector kit. That way you're gonna save a lot of money on the long run, okay? So this is gonna be the first thing I suggest everybody do when they buy a Sodastream, when they buy a Drinkmate, any kind of soda machine. If you guys have any questions about the setup of the machine, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below. And I hope you found this video helpful in helping you saving a lot of money. It for sure helped us save quite a lot of money. Just ask me any questions. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up, and we would highly appreciate it. Thanks again, and see you in the next video. Take care. Really good.